Welcome to my daily report market analysis videos with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantec on Wednesday, 29th of July. It is FOMC day today. Certainly in front of this decision, the market has taken a huge view against the dollar, hasn't it? Really significant sell-off in the past month on the dollar index. Hints of a little bit of a technical rally yesterday, but that sort of petered out into the close. And subsequently, we're down again on the dollar today. Euro dollar up, sterling dollar up, dollar yen down, Aussie dollar up. Pretty much all of them, apart from just a very shade of Kiwi weakness. But aside from that, we're still very much on this dollar corrective path. Now, the question is the Federal Reserve going to live up to the dovish expectations of the market? And certainly the US consumer confidence yesterday data that suggested that July numbers were going to be sort of falling over. The lockdown procedures have been reenacted, and subsequently the consumer confidence is faltering and growth expectations are going to be lagging. I think how the Fed responds to that is going to be key, because certainly the market is expecting the Federal Reserve to make some sort of a key move. Or some sort of indication of an important move ahead. Yields have been falling throughout the past few weeks. Yield curve flattening as well, not great. That's again sort of adds into that dollar weakness. But can the Fed live up to these dovish expectations today? What could it do? Well, it could start to lean towards yield curve control. It could suggest that inflation is likely to be moving above target for an extended period of time until the Fed moves on rates, things like that. So how the forward guidance is laid out as well could be important. So all these factors could impact on how the dollar moves, how yields move, and how markets respond in the wake of that Fed decision today. So we've had a lot of volatility through silver and gold in the last few weeks, and especially in the last week. But it's started to settle down a little bit in front of this Fed meeting. It'll be interesting to see if that corrective move, which threatened yesterday, if that comes, if the Federal Reserve does not sort of meet expectations on its dovish move. We've got the consolidation tick higher, I suppose, on gold, on oil today by 1% or so. But generally speaking, this consolidation continues. Equity markets. Yeah, basically a little bit mixed, really. We had the S&P 400 closing lower yesterday. It's rebounded a little bit on the futures today, but not by much. Basically waiting for this Fed meeting. So Federal Reserve is not the only bit of data that we've got to look out for today. We've got trade balance, pending homes, and crude oil inventories. The trade balance is expected to deteriorate, or the deficit to widen slightly to 75.5 billion. The pending home sales increasing by 15% expectation in June, and the weekly crude stocks around just a shade of inventory build their expectation. But the Federal Reserve meeting at 7 o'clock tonight, and also the press conference at 7:30 UK time, that is, will be the key data points of the day. So right, my chart of the day is silver. Huge volatility on silver. That daily candlestick yesterday, $3.80 odd. I mean, you haven't seen movements like that, I think, since the late 2000s. So really incredible volatility, intraday volatility on silver. Now, I might add that that sort of volatile move doesn't tend to come at the beginning or the middle of a trend. So it tends to come as the market is sort of very much in maturity, and you get these sort of blowout moves and culmination moves take off. Almost a perfect long-legged doji. Interesting that we've started to see the market just falling over a bit today. 85 on that RSI yesterday. 87 on the RSI yesterday. That again, record levels there on overstretched, overbought RSI. So the technicals are set up for a corrective move starting to come into play. whether it gets triggered by this Federal Reserve or as the dust settles in the wake of the Federal Reserve, I think will be interesting. But I can't, for the life of me, see that there's not going to be some sort of kickback on this huge rally on silver. Had the threat of it yesterday. Obviously, the sharp intraday move to the downside rebounded into the close from 22.30 up to 24.60. So more than 10% of rally in the space of a few hours on that silver price. But it's just settled a little bit since then. Interesting pivot around 24 figure, which effectively pretty much is the middle of this range now. You can see the near-term importance also of that 22.30 support that yesterday's low was at, 22.25, 22.30. So a couple of levels to work with there, but obviously the market, I think, is biding its time ahead of the Federal Reserve, and it will take its move off the back of that. But certainly the technicals on the near-term basis are getting really stretched now on silver, and a retracement move is increasingly likely on that silver bull run. So with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading today. Click here to subscribe to our analysis videos. Go to our website, sign up for our webinars, and also click to watch Trader Talks, our videos that give you top trading ideas.